talking about Quotes Easily Done, which is a software package supplied by Sabre Products for free to installers, resellers, and people that want to buy products from Sabre Products. Sabre Products is a company that supplies security-related products. And just to give you an idea, the online shopping store is called securitymart.co.za. And if you have a look here, it gives you a breakdown of the sort of products that we sell. So what I've done is we've linked an application directly to our shopping site. These are the brands: ZK, Tico, we Platinum Distributors, and there's a couple other products that we import ourselves as well. So all the add-on products we import ourselves, and we've also got distribution pricing on other products as well. So just to get into the actual product itself, this Quote's Easily Done. So what happens is when you first open it, you'll find that there'll be no products and no images cached. And then what you do is you click load products over here on the right hand side, and what will happen is you'll see the cache will start loading the products, and you'll see, for example, I've only got 2,074 out of the 266,700 products at the top. And what it'll do is it'll keep updating them. So I'm going to just do that update quickly so you can see. Once it's updated, it'll go blue. So it'll refresh all the latest products from the website directly from Security Mart. And once it's finished doing that, it'll start downloading the rest of the images, which you'll see now. And you can get to it from here as well. You see download, and you can tell it to overwrite the existing images. So let's just do this here and see. I don't want to overwrite. What I want to do is add to it. So it'll continue from 2074 up to 2664. So let's just let that finish doing that quickly. And there you can see it busy downloading the rest of the images. So once that is completed, it'll all go blue. So you know that it's totally up to date. What also happens is if it's more than 7 days old, it'll go red again so that you can update with the latest. I'll just let that finish quickly. Now, I can tell you, you can carry on working while it's downloading, but I just wanted to show you the process and not leave anything out. So we'll let that finish downloading. And then what I can also mention to you is that you can actually do a download version of this to run it offline, because everything runs on a local database, which is part of your browser interface. So if you have a look here, and just find it, there should be a download button over here, download offline application. Under the cards and view, you can download the program locally. So I just want to let this finish downloading the images, just so that it's totally up to date. And now you can see it's totally up to date, it's gone blue, and you've got images everywhere. Okay, so this is the full list of all the products, the 2,695 products that you're seeing over here. And if you go back here, you can filter what you're looking for, but I'm going to go through the rest of the tabs first. So the first one to show you and explain to you is our pricing model and our pricing structure, which is based on a subscription model. And if you click on the little eye there, it'll give you an understanding and a breakdown of the subscription model. It's an annual fee, okay, subscription pricing, which is annual, where you have the option to pay over 12 equal installments interest-free. So that's the first thing to clarify. And our pricing is based on the Security Mart website, and retail pricing is the cost pricing or the list pricing on the Security Mart website plus 10%. So if somebody goes there and they're not registered and they want to purchase, there's automatically a 10% levy charged on top of the pricing that you see online, and that is because our main client base are resellers. So we work with our reseller pricing as our main price, and as you can see, the trade pricing, there's 0%, and there's no monthly cost to get our standard trade pricing, which is still competitive with our competitors. So please go there and have a look for yourself. However, if you want a 5% discount off the trade pricing, the cost there is the equivalent of 100 Rand per month, okay, which reduces everything by 5% of what you see on the website. And then silver pricing, which is 10% less than trade, is 300 Rand per month. And our gold pricing is 14% less than trade, which costs you 500 Rand per month. And then our best pricing is platinum at a 20% discount off the trade pricing, which is 1,000 Rand per month. So that's just the breakdown of how the costing works. And then in this application over here, okay, so here you can choose any pricing that you want, but obviously you based on what you've taken up, that's what you will get. And then under client branding, I've put JK Security in here just to give some name. This is JK Security on the bluff, just to give information to show you how this works. So I put Andrew in here as a contact and the email address and the website, and you can also get download the logo. So I'll put the logo over here and the phone number, and I've made it that he's going to put a 40% markup on his cost price from us. Okay, so that's what this is about. Now basically, if you have a look at these tabs at the top here, and you have a look, there's a search tab over here, that's the default tab. If you go down here where it says show less, okay, which means that we're going to use the client branding and the subscription pricing. So if you tick that, what happens is all the branding, including at the top here, I'm going to untick it again. So if you have a look at the top here, you'll see it says Sabre, and it says Sabre, well, my cursor over there, Sabre products, and it's the quotes easily done system. But if you have a look at the bottom here, you also see the branding where the name is over here, and you'll see the email address here is Sabre products. However, this product is now being used by Andrew Carl, okay, because of the name that I've got in over here under the branding. Okay, so you can put any name you want there. Now, what happens is when we tick this show less products over here, okay, we'll show less over here, that basically enables the branding so that right from the top, you'll see it's JKS Security, as well as the main heading is over here. So if you're sitting in front of your client, they will see your branding within this application. Together with that, if you look at the price list, which is this over here, it's all got your costing on here. And likewise, when you go to quotes, it's all yours. Okay, so just to show you the way this works is that you can, for example, go through a category. Say you're just looking at turnstiles over here. So now you'll have a list of all the turnstiles. Okay, so at this point, you can print out your own price list for the turnstiles based on your margin and markup. And to do that, you go over here where it says download reports. I just want to refresh this quickly because I think it's not the correct version. So if you go to download reports, this is the way it should look. So you can either download it as a CSV or you can download it as a PDF. So if I download it as a PDF, this is the way it will show. Okay, I'm not sure why it's not showing all the things at the moment, but I think it's because, of course, it only works by selection. There should be a button here to select all, but at the moment I'm just going to do this. I'll update it with a button that will say select all. In fact, there it is. So if you select all, now it's selecting all the turnstiles. And now if you download, you'll see you'll get everything. So here's your price list now, which you can then print or you can save it as a PDF. But if you have a look here, now you've got a list of all the turnstiles with all the pricing and with your own branding at the top, as well as the price list and the date that it was generated. So that's how this works. So that's your price list, as I say. And if you wanted to give a quote, so now I'm going to just clear the selection. Now let's say if you just want to give a quote on that particular item over there, and you click on quotes, you've selected that item. You can remove it over here if you want to remove something that's in your quotes. But here's your quote for the item itself. Now let's say you also want to include add a custom item, or you want to add labor. You click here, you type here and say, okay, this is now for an extra labor cost. You can give it an SKU number if you want, and you can give a value. So let's say it's 5,000 Rand for the labor, and it's one of those. And you can put it here, full installation and delivery, just as an example, and you can add that to the quote. Now you've got the two items there. You can also move this around, so this can be underneath the product. You've got the full breakdown here with the pricing, and remembering this is your quote. So now if you print this as JKS, you download that and you make it into a PDF. Here you can actually put your client's information. So JKS client, the client company, the email address for the client, and the phone number, and some notes. And you can now have your quote. I'm just going to show you here. You can print it out, and here you can see it on screen. It's from JKS and it's to the client, and now you've got your full quoting system with your branding and everything else on the quote. Now, the beauty of this as well, which I'm going to show you now, I'm going to remove all of that and I'm going to go to templates. Now, you can save any quote that you've done or any price list that you've done, and you can bring it back and upload it again as a template. So now I'm going to go here to templates, and here is an F18 system. So now I've downloaded, or I thought I downloaded the F18. Let me just have a look here. I don't know why I didn't bring everything in, because it should have. I'm just going to go back to price lists and go and import it again, because maybe I didn't export it as a quote. I might have exported it as a... Okay, it might just be a change in the update of the actual the program itself that might have affected it in the database. So I'm going to do a new quote. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here and I'm going to say F18, for example. I'm going to change this back to all categories so it shows everything. I'm going to select. There we go. They're all selected. You know what it is? It's the filtering. It's because the filtering wasn't all products. It was only the turnstiles. That's why it didn't show everything. So let me go back to quotes now, and I'm sure that it will work now. If we have a look, let's just see, it's all categories, and then we get rid of F18 now. And now we've got everything. So it is there. It was working. It was just me. There's still a bit of tweaking that I need to do on here, but I think the key is to get rid of all the filters and make sure that the categories are all categories, because when you're selecting everything, you're selecting everything. So this is the quote that I imported from the templates over here that I uploaded, and you can obviously download it. You download it or upload it. So you download it, and then you can, when you upload it, you'll get everything back to where it was, and you can obviously move that around if you want that near the bottom, and you can put whatever values you want. And you can remove something if you don't want it. So you don't want the enrollment reader, or you don't want the webcam. So what's nice about this is we can even email each other the templates, and we can put it into the system and see what it is. So as an example now, this is now the quote, like I say, to JKS's client, and there you have the quote. Okay, so you can see everything there is perfect. Now, if we go back here and we want to see your cost as the client to Sabre products, you can see we're back to Sabre products because we unticked this. And now if we go and look at this quote, this is now your pricing from Sabre. And if I download the report this time, you'll see that it's a quotation, which is from Sabre over here. It's from Sabre and it's to JKS. And this is now your quote. Okay, it's not an official quote because you need to verify things with us in case pricing has changed, but it can give you a very good understanding of your pricing, and it should be very close to real. And we'll try to honor it if we can based on the date, because our information should be up to date as well. And like I say, on the quote, it does have a date and a timestamp on it. And our pricing is valid for within 7 days. But if we haven't updated our website, which is where this information is pulled from, it may not be a true pricing. And then over here, you can also minimize this to get rid of this. This is for adding items, as I said, so that you can see the quote more clearly over here. Anyway, there will be enhancements to this as we go. You can see there's 5 selected items. But yeah, play around with it and let me know your thoughts. Like I said, it's quotes easily done, and I think it's going to be a good tool going forward into the future.